Ready na?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. Let me present Sarita Mataji for this presentation for today, devotee and non-devotee. Just to introduce Sarita Mataji, she is a famous obstetrician and gynecologist and practicing in Dubai from last 25 years. She belongs to the city of Taj, our Agra. Although she has worked in different countries like Singapore, UK, but she has still the heart from India. She has been recipient of prestigious award of NRI of the Year award in India, and among other awards, she has the famous award of Masala Award, which keeps on holding in Dubai annually. Her husband is a famous cardiologist, and both practice in Dubai, private practice. Her only son and daughter-in-law both are in UK. Son is a endocrinologist specialist, and daughter-in-law is also a famous psychiatrist over there. Before coming to the Krishna consciousness, she was having the motto of Manav Seva hi Madhav Seva. After coming here and being in touch with Ramanishta Prabhuji, she is more focusing into Madhav Seva, and same time she is also doing the Manav Seva, inspired with the Krishna consciousness. With this, I will not take much time. Over to Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, everybody. And Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Mataji. And my obeisances to all the members of the divine group. I'll start with my presentation with my obeisances to Shri Radha Govinda. And I'll proceed further with the innovation prayer. Om Agyantim Vrindasya Gyananchalakeya Chakshuren Militam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Nama. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtai Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Name. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaura Vani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtai Deshatarini. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just excuse me, I've got a sore throat today.
No problem, Mataji, may continue.
Yeah, prior to the commencement of the presentation and being subjected to tough questions, I just always wonder to ask one question to myself. How is it that educated philosophers, scientists, businessmen, administrators, and all the leaders of the ordinary men do not surrender to the lotus feet of Shri Krishna, the all-powerful personality of Godhead? Mukti or liberation from the laws of material nature is sought by the leaders of mankind in different ways and with great plans and perseverance for a great many years and births. But if that liberation is possible by simply surrendering it onto the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, then why don't these intelligent and hardworking leaders adopt this simple method? Would you ever in life get a better deal? Only there is a gain and gain at heavy discount, or rather even free. It's a big jackpot lottery. I don't think, I really think that in this material world, everybody wants a shortcut and everybody wants a big jackpot lottery, but people do not understand how to proceed further with it. But it's always thought that only the material lotteries are the most beneficial one, but this is even bigger than that. So the topic for me today is the devotees and non-devotees. We can see the difference between the devotee, how they are very close to Krishna, and the non-devotees, the Duryodhana and Shakuna. The devotees, how do they behave? They are always under the chanting of Hare Krishna and Mahamantra, and the non-devotees, you can understand, they also are awake, but all the time frustrated. The internet doesn't allow them to sleep, or either they sleep too much. Now, because being a doctor, I just wanted to be on the lines of the medical terms, medical process, how we go through. So my presentation is quite related to that. Now, the presentation can be divided into the devotion acronym. Who is a devotee? What are the signs and symptoms of devotee and a non-devotee? What is the etiology? Etiology means what is the main cause of a of being a devotee or a non-devotee. In this picture also, you can see the non-devotee is a very depressed mood, and the moment he turns into a devotee, he's hale, happy, and always in ecstasy. Now, manifestations of the problem, what are they? How it progresses? What is the grading of devotees? Consequences, what may happen? Prophylaxis means how can we prevent people from people falling down in the devotional service? And then how can we do a seroconversion, just like we are getting a vaccine of corona, to do a seroconversion, have antibodies, same way, how can we convert a non-devotee into a devotee? Now, acronym is, if time allows, I can read. If Prabhuji, there's no time, I will proceed further.
Yes.
Devotion can be also may mean meant as don't ever visualize the anything other than the irresistible opulences of Narayana, Supreme Personality of Godhead. But actual definition for devotion is absolute and unconditional love for the Supreme Person. Now, defining devotee and a non-devotee in the form of an analogy. Now, how we can differentiate between a devotee and non-devotee? It's just like a honeybee and a fly. The bee is always attracted by the honey, and fly goes on to the open source. So the devotee is always attracted by the good qualities in the people and does not see their faults. So it is their mental attitude that they will be always finding the good sweets in the other person. If you want to read the Bhagavad Gita, it's better to get the essence of it and get deeper and deeper, like Prabhuji explains it, like Prabhuji explain every day, how to get into deeper into devotion. If you are just using Bhagavad Gita by your mundane knowledge, it's like licking a bottle of honey from outside. But only when there is when a devotee becomes and gets deep into the honey and attains the nectar of it, then only a person can become into a pure devotee. Now, how do we distinguish between a devotee and a non-devotee? The devotee is free from all the material designations, and Krishna consciousness must be cleansed of a material contamination. He should be restored to his pure identity, in which he engages in all his senses in the service of the proprietor of the senses. Now, this picture depicts, in the same picture, you can see a devotee and a non-devotee. Now, this is the Duryodhana and Arjuna, both are being in the same family, both cousins, but the way to see Krishna is totally different. One sees a half glass empty and the other saw a half glass full. So it all happened because of the hidden by the curtain of Duryodhana was hidden by the curtain of Yog Maya. So that's why the intelligent scientists also will study this material world. They will make nuclear bombs. They will make all the inventions, but do not recognize the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the creator of all what they are creating. What is the etiology? What is the main reason why this thing happens? A person is those who are not actually philosophers and scientists, educators, administrators, etc., but who pose themselves as such for material gain, do not accept the plan or the path of the Supreme Lord, because they are all affected by the three modes of material nature, either Sattva or Rajas Gun or Tamas Gun, because material energy nature is so powerful, it can resist the unauthorized plans of the atheist and baffle their knowledge. But what is actually a pure devotee? In contrast, the pure devotee, what Krishna says, the thoughts of my pure devotee dwells in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So pure devotee is much above the Sattva, much above the mode of goodness. Now, coming to between the difference between a devotee and non-devotee, there is actually a word called kriti. Kriti means doing any meritorious work. It could be in a good sense or it could be in a bad sense. So in that case, they are called as a duskritina. Two type of people are there, and others are the sukritinas. Now, Why it happens? Because they are under the illusion of the modes of, this is the etiology, that why it happens, it's under the illusion of the modes of passion and ignorance. All his plans are baffled, as in the case of Hiranyakashipu and Ravana. They were intelligent, they were learned, but their intention was bad, and they were more influenced by the material nature, and that's why all the plans had been decreased to a dust. Now, the classification of the devotees and non-devotees. The Dushkritina and Sukritinas. Dushkritina can be further divided into two: Mura, Radma, Mayaprata, and Asuram. And Sukritinas can be divided into Arthi, Artharthi, Jigyasu, and Jnani. A little word about them to explain them. Now, Dushkritina can be divided further into Mura. The Muras are those who are grossly foolish. Like hardworking beasts of burden, they want to enjoy the fruits of their labor by themselves and do not want to part with them for the supreme. Now, Naradhama is the next. Nar means human, and Adhama means lowest of the mankind, of the human being. And those who are those who have regulative principles of social and religious life. The civilized form of human life is meant for mainly reviving of our lost consciousness. Now, this consciousness was there when we were in the mother's womb, as by the Shastras. And they say that we always pray. I mean, because it's such an uncomfortable position. I do see them every day. I do the ultrasounds and see the baby upside down. And sometimes you really think that such a small uterus, which is around 7.5 centimeters in a normal situation, and how it grows so much by the grace of the Lord, and how the child is, the fetus is curled up inside. So there we are in the womb for nearly 9 months and 7 days. And in that case, we always pray to God that when I will come out, I will be your devotee, and I will do only be spending my life in devotional service. But the moment the person, the fetus comes out and it's a baby, and where it gets under the influence of material nature, it forgets what it has to do in the life. That is a thing for non-devotees. Devotees maybe they go ahead and give the devotion to Lord. So it is the duty, that's why, of the guardians of children to revive the divine consciousness dormant in them. The similar what happened is Nityanand Prabhu, who was an incarnation of Lord Balaram, as divine master, delivered typical Naradhmas, the Jagai and Matai, and showed how the mercy of a real devotee is bestowed upon the lowest of mankind. So there is no delay. There is the bus has not missed. We can, even any stage of life, we can go into the devotional service. The next one is the Mayaprata Jnana. These are the people who are very intelligent. They are learned. They are big scientists. They are big poets, but they are utterly confused. They under the infusion of illusionary material energy. And therefore they disobey the Supreme Lord. The last one is Asuram Bhavam. Ashrita, they are the ones who are demonic in nature, totally, absolutely atheist. They do not believe in God. Now, practical example in the implications of the daily life, how the youngsters can be in a non-devotee stage. Now, the youngsters spend sleepless nights and days and night plus stress for material gain. Then what happens? Obviously, you're under pressure. This much is your target. You have to fulfill. Otherwise, MNC will throw you out. Now, what happens is they are develop ulcers, no food practically. The whole day they are into the work. They try to satisfy the illusory masters, and until ultimately they need medications. Now, this is a practical which all of us are going through. Run, run, run. Now, the Sukritinas can be again into the 4 categories. And in this, Sunita Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Satilvidha bhajante maam janaha sukritino arjuna artho jignasur gnani cha bharatarshava.
There are 4 types of Sukritinas. One is Artharthi, which is seeking for the wealth and fame and fortune. Second is the Arthi, which is seeks the relief from pain, sorrows, and difficulties. And Jigyasu, who wants to gain knowledge. And the last is the Jnani, who just has no expectation, unconditional love. So the examples are Dhruv Maharaj, the Draupadi Maharani, Parikshit Maharaj, and Shukdev Swami. Now, there are people who do not desire anything.
अन्याभिलाषिता शून्यं ज्ञानकर्मादि अनावृतम् आनुकूलेन कृष्णानुशीलनं भक्तिरुत्तमा.
This is the highest. Now, today Prabhuji also mentioned about this shloka. This is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Highest bhakti is continuous service with devoid of desire and unobstructed by the impersonal jnana and the materialistic rituals of the karmas. Now, this on to the non-devotee. Those who deride, those who make fun of God, or in other words, are do not accepting the Lord as the transcendental form. They think he has some superhuman power, and it is not the transcendental form. Those are the people who deride God. Whereas what happens is he is Satchidanand, non-material, and his Ishvara Parma Krishna. Now, with compared to the daily life, what happens is these are the ones who are devotees, and these are ones who laugh, deride it. In normal life, in daily life, what happens is there is a person who's an official now, or a director. Above him is a secretary. Above him, there is a minister. And above him, there is a president. So there are categories, there's a grading, and one person is controlling the other. But this is in the material world. But in Brahma Samhita, it says, who is the superior most controller of the material and the spiritual is Lord Krishna. So it says that tak ekam Govinda, you are the Govinda, the pleasure of the senses and the cows. Sachidanand Vigraham, and your form is transcendental, full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna, actually his body is Sachidanand, Vigrah, eternal bliss, and absolute knowledge. So we ought to understand that whatever is happening, whatever you are achieving, is by the mercy of Lord Krishna.
मोघाशा मोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञाना विचेतसः राक्षसीम् असुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रितः.
Now those people, those who are bewildered and are attracted by the demonic and aesthetic views, in that deluded condition, their hopes of liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Now, what happens is there are people who are pseudo, like Prabhuji also said today, there are pseudo. They do not take up Krishna consciousness actually from the heart. They are only from outside, they are like Krishna conscious, but at heart do not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, in that case, what happens for them, the fruit of the devotional service going back to Godhead will never be tasted. So we may behave as any form outside, but in and in, Krishna knows what is there in anybody's heart. So what is actually the treatment of all this is just association of pure devotees. And
महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ दैवीं प्रकृतिमाश्रिताः भजन्ति अनन्यमनसो ज्ञात्वा भूतादिमव्ययम्.
The first sign of a Mahatma is that he is already situated in the divine nature. He is not under the control of material nature. And how is this affected? How it happens that he's not under the Mahatma is not under the control. So what happens is one who unconditionally surrenders onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, at once, this has been very emphatically said that at once gets freed from the control of material nature. So he becomes a divine, that is the qualification. One can become free from the control of material nature as soon as he surrenders his soul to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a preliminary phenomena, being marginal potency. As soon as the living entity is freed from the control of material nature, he is put under the guidance of the spiritual nature. And the guidance of the spiritual nature, now this is also from your the mercy of the Lord, that you can go towards the spiritual path. You need mercy of the Lord to go towards the Lord. And that's the moment you are spared from the material nature, the spiritual nature starts working, and you get promoted in that way to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that is actually called as the Devi Prakriti. Now there has to be mercy from the Lord for you to get associated in the spiritual form.
Mataji, could you do a little bit quick, like you could skip
Okay.
some of the slokas?
Okay. The Mahatma is situated in the divine nature, and so, but this is same. The surrender of the Supreme Personality at once becomes freed from the. Now, I will not detail on this. These are the Kanishta. There are 3 types of Adhikaris: Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, and the Uttam Adhikari. So, Uttam Adhikari is totally in connection with Lord and without any expectation. Now, how can we go with this process? The always chanting the glories of glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down towards me is a devotional, real devotional. How it can the Mahatmas is that ordinary man cannot be put on the rubber stamp and become a Mahatma. The Mahatma is actually one who is always chanting the Krishna Mahamantra and always has Krishna in his thoughts. Those are the people are called as Mahatmas. So there are 9 limbs of the bhakti. Now mainly is the Shravanam, Kirtanam. Shravanam is main in the Kali Yuga, because you can even see from the ears. If you hear, and you can even picturize Lord. Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, and Sakhyam, and Nivedana. Now, Krishna is equal to all. He is not partial to anybody, for devotees and non-devotees, but as the person who's, as the father who does a charity, he helps the people outside, but more he loves his own child. Now, similar is the situation when it comes to the envy. Now, the non-devotees of the Lord are envious towards the Lord, but Krishna is not partial. He gives a chance to everybody to go into the devotional service. Now, the pure devotee is like a gold, and Lord is like the diamond which studded into it, and the more together glitter together and complement each other. So pure devotee is like it glitters along with God, and in the Lord Krishna also glitters along with the pure devotee. Now this is a signs of delusion for a non-devotee. He is he thinks that he is wealthy today. I will gain more. It will increase in future more and more. He's enemy. He's my enemy. I have killed him, and I will kill my enemies. I am the enjoyer. I am the perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest and aristocratic. I perform sacrifices. I gave some charity, and I will rejoice. Now, non-devotee, what will happen? They are envious and they are mischievous and are the lowest among men. And they perpetually, what happens to them? They cast into the ocean of the material existence into various demonic species of life. Now, the demonic person may not agree to accept the supremacy of the Lord, and in fact, that he may, according to his own whims, but his next birth, now you can do what you want now, but in the next birth, upon the decision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and not on himself, in Srimad Bhagavatam 3rd canto, it is stated that an individual soul after his death is put into the womb of a mother, where it gets a particular type of body under the supervision of the superior. So there is a difference between envious and being jealous. Envious is that I like the thing what you have, but I don't like the fact that you have it. And jealous is that you are always afraid that what you have could be snatched. Now, we cannot behave in the way we want. We have to follow the injunctions, the Shastras, and we cannot be behaving whimsically. Those are the people who behave, they will never get the perfection or happiness or the supreme destination. So what we have to do, we have to read the Bhagavad Gita, relate to it and realize it now and apply it in our life. We have to follow the scriptures. We have to do our duty according to the rules and regulation and scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act accordingly and maybe gradually be elevated. Now, Lord Chaitanya has given us the ways how to do it: chanting Hare Krishna, eating the remnants of food offered to the deity, follow Vedic principles. Now, we have to follow because we are already in the conditioned situation, and that's why we have 4 defects in our conditioned soul. We cheating propensity, we have imperfect senses, we have certainty of committing mistakes, and certainty of being illusioned. So the food, what is said as the food which is eaten by the devotees, is always offered to Krishna, and that's why the food which has not been offered and the people are eating, it is called as eating sin. Santas are the people who are always in Krishna consciousness, and Shravanam, Kirtam, Smaranam, Archanam is their basic aim of life. Now, Lord Chaitanya and Chaitanya Charitamrita has said that what are the qualities of a pure devotee. I'll quickly read through them. Merciful, humble, truthful, equal to everyone, faultless, charitable, clean, aware of ownership of Krishna, cares for everyone, peaceful, fully surrenders, desireless, indifferent to material acquisition, always in Krishna consciousness, self-control, moderate in eating, sane, respectful, no false prestigious, grave, compassionate, friendly, poetic. These are all mentioned in Chaitanya. Expert, silent, mild. Now, what are the basic principles which we have to follow? Ahimsa, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, and we have to associate with the sadhus, with the devotees. We have to read books related to Shastras and Bhagavad Gita, chanting, and diet. We have to have a sattvic diet. Now, there are the 9 stages of bhakti, which can be said as Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha Nivriti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, and ultimate one is the Prema. Now, how do the difference between a devotee and non-devotee? This is the appearance which can be there, which is looks. Behavior is how they behave. Right from childhood, we have to be taught how to follow the scriptures. This a lot of parents' responsibilities there. They both are dancing, but where you can already see yourself. And the dedication, the one is dedicated, enlightenment, and food. Now, this is a video, Prabhuji. I can go over it because it will take time.
Yes.
Because this is the difference between a devotee, how they behave the whole day, their reading, their behavior, and all, because lack of time. And this is Prabhupada.
So, when a devotee suffers, he thinks that it is due to my past misdeeds. So I am suffering not very much, very little on account of Krishna's grace. So it doesn't matter. So, after all, it is everything in the mind, suffering and enjoying. So if a devotee's mind is trained up in Krishna consciousness, therefore he does not care for suffering. That is the difference between a devotee and non-devotee. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunya Bihari.
These are the references from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Nectar of Devotion, Brahm Samhita, Chaitanya Charitamrita. My humble obeisances and thanks to Srila Prabhupada and Pranama Nishta Prabhu, Prema Kishori Devi Dasi Mataji, and Aishwarya Subhadra Devi Dasi Mataji. Bhagavad Gita has lots of importance in life. When we enter Bhagavad Gita, we are in this state, and once we exit from there, our state is totally different. Now, take away, carry home messages. Krishna unites, Maya divides. So time is Krishna. Increase your time for Krishna sadhana bhakti. Decrease your material attachments. Imbibe the mood of Parikshit, and try to be sincere in chanting, hearing, and other services. associate with devotees and relish the scriptures. So please join Bhakti Riksha groups as much as you can. My humble obeisances and thanks to my whole team who relentlessly work with me. I am a very premature neophyte. They helped me to go ahead further, and I have all my thanks and obeisances to the great teachers. So ultimately, I want to say that being in medical, I would say that each and every RBC of ours should be impregnated with Krishna consciousness so that it is circulating all over the blood, right from the brain to the heart, and so that we are totally into Krishna's appreciation of his opulences. Thank you so much. Please pardon me. I have been a very fast, and please pardon me for the mistakes. I am not a very professional, this thing still very elevated, still a very neophyte. So please forgive me for all the mistakes and whatever things have to be rectified. Please let me know. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to